Hello there. Okay, just preparing to take this little thing down to get its MOT, and I've strapped in. Doesn't look very good, does it? Had to use cable ties. It's for the Beeline Moto, and this is the mount. Now, because I've got clip-ons, there's no easy place to mount it at the minute, so I've had to kind of knock something up with some cable ties, and I've got this kind of thing on here. It's secure, but it's not ideal. So we'll see how this goes. First time I've used it, so we'll just take it out and see how accurate it is getting me to the garage and everything. So there you go. That's with it mounted on. I have to say, I can't do it with one hand, and I'm using the phone to video this. But it's on there. It's in a good position. The mount doesn't look particularly nice. I'll have to think of something better for that, but it'll do. Any port in the store. Hello there. So just give you some feedback after using the Beeline Moto. I used it on my bike yesterday when I went to get the bike MOT'd. And my feelings are very positive. So when you buy it, this is what you get. I bought the Beeline Moto version 1. There is an updated version out, version 2, which has got a few more features on it. I bought the basic version, and I bought it used. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace from someone locally, and this is what you get. This is what's in the box. Well, firstly, you get the unit itself, which is nice. You get a charging point, a USB charger, and you get 2 mounts. Now, there are others available. There's a ball and socket one you can buy separately, and there's a mirror mount, which is a very small. It's got like a small kind of recess for holding onto mirror stalks. But the ones that come with it are like a hard mount. Get a sticky grip in there, and you can articulate that in different ways. Mount it somewhere on your dash. The other one, probably more useful for me, is this little mount with some rubber bands on the back, thick rubber bands, and it allows you to wrap it around handlebars or any other areas that you can find. Now, on the Enfield, as you could see, I couldn't do that because they've got clip-ons and the yoke is kind of quite thick. There's nowhere easy to get it. I could have put that on it quite easily, but I think it would look pretty ugly. So I used some cable ties. It was never going to be a permanent solution. It was literally to test it out, and I put that mount on it. What can I say? Well, firstly, it ticks all the boxes that I'm after. It is a very discreet unit. It's about 4 centimetres across, maybe 1.25 centimetres deep. Very discreet. That's in the black casing. You can get a version with like a gunmetal casing. And it's very simple. You do need a mobile phone because you need to run the Beeline Moto app on the phone. But it is a good app. It's free, really clear, very good navigation. And you set in your favourites, your destinations, select your preferences, and stick it in your pocket, and it connects to the main unit with your Bluetooth. The battery life is extremely good. I've tested it out, and it lasted weeks, literally weeks unused, weeks. But from empty to full, it took me about 30 minutes to charge it, and then using it yesterday, 20 miles, 10 there, 10 back, and there was hardly any drain on it, really. So it would be good for a longer journey. And you can charge it off your kind of bikes, electrics, I guess. There's ways of doing that, I'm sure. As you can see on the box, I've got no on-bike footage. I've not, I couldn't work out how to do it really, because I'm filming this on my phone. And although I have got a dash cam, I've not found a kind of good place to mount the bloody thing. So I don't know. But anyway, all the display has is literally an arrow, some countdown in terms of distance, and a dot indicator either side to indicate if it's going to be a left or a right turn. Probably about as simple as you can get. And I was thinking, okay, is it going to be too simplistic? Because we're all kind of spoiled with our SatNav car in our cars, aren't we? With voice control and all this kind of stuff. But it was actually really good. I plotted the route to the garage where I get the MOT. And that was D&K in Lee, Wigan. Very good. 10 miles there. And I know the route, but I plotted a different route just to see, if it would take me on that route going there. And it did. It followed the route perfectly. It was able to give me clear indication about where to turn. And on the route back, I just asked it to take me on the fastest route back home, which it did. And it took me on the route I would normally go anyway. The only thing I thought could be a problem is if you're just using like an arrow. Imagine if you come to a junction, maybe like a roundabout or something, where there's a number of different exits. Although it does tell you if it's a roundabout and which exit, there may be some situation where you come off a roundabout and there may be two slip roads maybe. And it's thinking, okay, how's it going to differentiate? But the easiest thing to do is just follow the direction of the arrow. Choose the slip lane, which the arrow is more closely pointing to, and that's it. It works. It works remarkably well. I was really pleased with it. So even in bright sunshine, and it was quite sunshiny yesterday, the display was very clear. It is really discreet. This will look good on any bike because it blends in. And for me, that's the important part for me, because I don't like lots of appendages on bikes. I don't like, if you look at race bikes are beautiful, aren't they? But not anymore, they're not, because they've got bloody aero wings on them and everything. Oh God, what are they ruining beautiful bikes with all this stuff? And road bikes, which in themselves are obviously they're your meat and potato bike, they're functional, they're supposed to be functional, but there's a beauty in that function. And you see them with all this manner of appendages on, like a bloody mobile phone mounts, big massive sat-navs, cameras everywhere, and you think, God bless us, they look bloody ugly. And part of the pleasure of going out riding a motorbike is the beauty of it. Going round in this kind of mobile broadcasting unit. But anyway, yeah, so that's just me. But yeah, if you're in the market for a decent sat-nav, which is a good price, does what you need it to do, and it does, meets the requirements, but most importantly, it's small and it's discreet, particularly if you're riding an older bike, classic bike. This is the one to go for. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please remember to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't mind. It's about engagement, isn't it? The important thing for me is if you can subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it boosts the numbers, boosts the algorithm from what I understand. And it gets more more viewers coming along. As I say, I'm not sponsored in any way for these kind of things. This is all stuff I bought with my own hard-earned money. No kickbacks or anything like that. As I say, I bought that one used, but there is an updated version. So yeah, so I'd recommend it. Okay, cheers, see you soon. Bye bye.